Hello, beautiful souls. Full moon blessings. I am Chloe the Elven Mage. Welcome to your monthly full moon collective energy reading. I just do these readings once a month at the moment for the collective, because I love working with cycles and I find it really fascinating to do these readings, casting forwards the next 28 days in line with the cycle, the lunar cycle, just to see what unfolds and what takes place and how we each connect to it individually, but also collectively. But I hope everyone's feeling okay. I know the energies have been so wild and so intense. I feel like we had a lovely pause after that eclipse portal. We had a little bit of a pause and a rest period, and now the solar flares and all of this crazy solar and cosmic energy has gone through the roof again. So sending you so much love. I hope you're able to get out in nature, to ground yourself, to breathe. Don't know what is going on with my hair here. There we go. Had some little pineapple shoots coming out of my head. But yes, I hope you're doing well. I hope this reading finds you well and you enjoy it. We're going to be working with 4 oracle decks today. I have been called to really call upon light and the angelic realms. Even though we are coming up to Samhain, the Day of the Dead, the honouring of our ancestors, at this time specifically, I've been called upon the light. Of course, I will be doing a special Samhain reading too, but today I was really called to call upon the light and the angel and celestial guidance to cast forward the next 28 days with a step-by-step cycle reading. I've been guided to do, just like last month, do a spiral reading, but they've told me to reverse it this time, which is really interesting, to honour the balance of the divine masculine and feminine energies. So before we get into it, I'm just going to light full moon candle, and if anyone wants to, before watching this video, if you want to pause it now and set up a safe space for yourself, light a candle, perhaps it's a small breathing meditation, maybe putting up your protection around you, feel free to do so. You can see this as like a Sunday ceremony for yourself. There we go. Next to these roses. I always buy myself roses because it's just the most beautiful gift of self-love. Okay, so we're going to start the main reading today, which is going to be 9 cards, a 9-card reading in a spiral. So it will be a journey towards the center of the spiral. And this time we're going to be journeying from top left to top right. Down, no. Let me get this right. Top right to top left to bottom right, and then into the spiral. Normally it's the other way around, but we're reversing it this time to change the flow and the direction of energy. Now that we're out of that eclipse portal, things are shifting and changing. The clocks are going to go back soon in the UK, which I always find a very strange experience. Not only are we bringing in more darkness, but it's just so strange, the concept of time. Does anyone else feel that? Let me know in the comments. So we're going to end the journey at the center today. Sometimes my guides tell me to ask for the center of the reading first. This time they're guiding me to start at the beginning of the journey. So I'm working with the Lightworker Oracle deck by Alana Fairchild. I felt really connected to this deck recently. When you actually read the guidebook of these cards, the messages are so deep and profound, but I just love the images of them, the numbers on them, and just the straight up names and messages on the cards. I personally connect with them to read the energy of the images, the words and the numbers. So I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. Okay, so I'm going to ask, please, for the first 3 cards. And I'm setting the intention for this card reading today for a clear and concise reading, step by step, for the collective. That which is going to guide, support, heal, transform and communicate to each and every soul's highest good who watches or stumbles upon this video, to support what is needed to be revealed today and for the next 28 days forward under the light and illumination of this powerful full moon energy. Thank you. So please can I have top right to top left, the first 3 cards, step by step journey. Thank you. First 3. And if you're watching this, I really ask you to breathe with me. Breathe into your heart space. Your energy through time and space, across dimension, helps to amplify the connectedness of this reading for me. One more card, please. This will be now top left, so it will be the first row, the first line of the reading. One more card, please. Taking time today. Is it this one? Yes, thank you. Okay, so just making sure you can see them on the camera. Okay, perfect. So we're going from top right to top left. Please can we now have the next 2 cards? These are going down from top left to bottom left. So just 2, please. So it will be middle left. What are the next steps, please? This one, thank you. And one more to complete this row. Don't you just love taking deep breaths? Deep breaths just always give me what I need. Thank you. Okay, now we have bottom row, so the last full row before we start turning into the spiral. So 2 more, please, from bottom left to bottom right. The next 2 cards on our journey. Thank you. Is it these 2? Yes. Okay, thank you. And now, to complete the spiral, please can we have our middle card on the right hand row to complete the outer edge of the spiral. Middle, outer, right, please. 1 card now. Outer right. What is the next, second to last step on this journey? Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Beautiful Lightworker Oracle by Alana Fairchild. Please can we have our central card, the main energy of this lunar cycle in the reading today, that is in service of the highest good of all those who stumble across. Which one is it? This one? Thank you. Okay. Here we go. So I'm going to unveil the spiral in the order that we picked them today. So we have top right, reassurance of the golden light. And then we have alchemical mutation. Wow. Okay. Already 2 powerful cards. And then we have Ascension, the Rainbow Bridge. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, I will explain what these mean. I'm just going to turn them over so that we can see them first of all. Heart Transmission, 6th Ray of Devotion, Messages in the Numbers, an invitation to connect, Wisdom of the Divine Feminine, Initiation by Water. Wow. Okay. So for those of you who watched last month's reading, as far as I remember, or maybe it was the month before. I can't remember now, but the earth was very much in the center of the reading, and now it is the water. This is quite interesting actually, because a few one-to-one sessions and readings that I've done with clients recently have very much been connected to water and connecting into the water. And a water element is also deeply connected to the womb of the earth, the womb of the feminine, the cosmic womb, the womb of creation, darkness, deep, deep, deep intuition and wisdom, and also connectivity. Think of how water flows, the water in our body, the water that makes up most of our being, even the blood, the rivers of blood that flow through us. Wow. Okay, this is really beautiful. So first of all, we have number 36, reassurance of the golden light. Now, 36 is a number 9. And here we have this prayer and this devotion and a real look of relief. Okay? And when we think of the number 9 is the 9 of endings, of transformation, and we are being reassured, the reassurance of the golden light, reassurance that a cycle is ending. We're also in the year of a 9. 2025 is a 4 and a 5, which is a 9. So reassurance, we are being reassured by the golden light of the one true source of the cosmic solar sun energy. We have that reassurance. That is so amazing, this confirmation that we are at an end of a huge cycle. And it's so beautiful. It's just this real blissful thank you and relief, and just complete and total acknowledgement that we are all divinely held, guided and supported by source. And there is so much fear on social media and on the mainstream media at the moment, so much fear. And when we can actually find it in ourselves to zoom out to a greater perspective, we realize that it's not about what's going on. It's about knowing that we are sovereign beings with the reassurance of the golden light of the eternal loving flame and energy of source, and that whatever we choose is sovereign and beautiful when we are coming from love, when we remember our power and our freedom and our sovereignty. So what a beautiful place to start that reading after the eclipse, in this time when, well, in the UK, and in a lot of countries, we are entering into the winter, we are entering into the darkness, we are entering into the womb. This is the time where the clocks change. We start entering into the womb of darkness. We have the reassurance of the golden light. That's beautiful. And then the next card we have is 31, which is a 4, which is my life path number, my lucky number. This is alchemical mutation, which is a very strong word actually, but this is really connecting into the earth and transforming. And these two cards are beautiful together because this is reminding us of our cosmic source energy connection, and this one is reminding us of the power of our connection to the earth, as above, so below. An alchemical mutation. Well, when we mutate, we transform. I feel that mutation is possibly a word that has been, misused and mistreated over the years in horror movies and things like that, like mutants, but it's a real sign of transformation. Alchemy, turning things into gold. Wow. So that is like double transformation. Source is assuring us and backing us in our big alchemical mutational transformations. Wow. And it's like really deeply connecting back into that animalistic connection to the earth so that we can spread our wings and fly and be free and be reminded of our true nature and our connection to all that is, not what the TV tells us, not what society tells us, what the earth reminds us of. That is who we are. Beautiful. Okay, and this is where it gets exciting because the next card is 18, another 9, another big ending. But this 9 is the ending, and this 9 is the beginning. Ascension, the rainbow bridge. So when we are said to cross the rainbow bridge, that is when we start saying yes to our soul's mission and saying yes to being the architects of the life that we choose and we desire. So for a lot of people, that could look like starting your own business, starting a creative project, becoming more holistic, whatever it may be, but it's crossing that bridge of, in a way, could be exiting the matrix, if we want to put it that way. Let's make it black and white. Super exciting. So many of us in this lunar cycle are going to have big transformations that are going to either help us in this lunar cycle to cross the rainbow bridge or give us that insight into what it is that we're going to start building and stepping towards. So beautiful and powerful. Okay, amazing. And then the next one, another 9. Oh no, wait. This is me being stupid now. This is where my math skills get tested. So the next one we have 37. So 3 and 7 is actually 10. So this is a number 1, which is actually really beautiful because we have ending, beginning, both 9s, and then a number 1 completely coming back to that beginning. You know, that 111 is that first angel number, that awakening, but this is going to be a reawakening in a brand new paradigm. The heart transmission. I know a lot of people are having visions and messages about Jesus and Mary Magdalene at the moment. This heart transmission, living from that place of love, compassion, really being the embodiment of love and saying no to all that isn't love. So beautiful, really powerful. So that's going to be the beginning. Exciting. And then we have the 6th ray of devotion. I feel like this one came up in the last readings. This is reminding us the importance of devotion. This is a number 7. 7 is a beautiful number. I find that it's really positive, the number 7. It's very abundant, the number 7. So with this huge heart transition and being in that Christ consciousness, that higher heart-centered self, it's going to take some devotion. It will be like living life in devotion to the heart, in devotion to the earth, in devotion to all that is true and beautiful, not devoted to the materialistic, the aesthetic, that which doesn't matter, not being devoted to war and politics, being devoted to love and to nature and growth and nurturing that which is real and powerful and that which holds truth for us each as individuals. Devotion, living life in devotion. I feel like this is a double message because it was in last month's reading as well. And then yes, so it's really, this whole reading is giving this energy of a completely fresh start. And I feel in that sentence and in that message, sometimes we can think of a fresh start as almost like going backwards or completely stripping ourselves bare and having to start again. But the energy of this reading is a fresh start from a totally new and elevated sense of self-perception and spiritual understanding and embodiment. So it's really magical and really powerful. The next card is 11. 11, messages in the numbers, the signs, the synchronicities, that connectedness. When we're living in the heart, when we're living in devotion, everything suddenly starts to make sense. We look around us and we see the numbers and the patterns and the geometries and everything around us. On people's faces, we start to see energies and auras. This is what I see and feel when I see this. Harmony starts coming together as we shift into this new paradigm. And then the next one, 19, another one, a number one, so many nines and ones. This is a huge confirmation for everyone who watches this, that this ending and this feeling that could feel like catastrophe is exactly where you're meant to be. This is happening for you, not to you. Number one, an invitation to connect. Holding on to that solar energy in the solar plexus, but also the heart, the power center of your physical strength and the power center of your spiritual embodiment in the heart. And then you open up to connect to the cosmic wisdom and this connectedness to that which is above, right? But the message here is we're going to have to use the earth to help us with the transformation before we can have that ascension, and before we're going to have this huge mass connection, crown chakra exploding and open. But there's a lot of fire going on here, so we're gonna have to do a lot of healing around that sense of self-worth and inner power. It's that real kind of lion energy of courage and fierceness, fierce love. And when we can overcome this, when we can get to here, living life in devotion, seeing the beauty and the connection in everything, we are going to have a huge individual and connected awakening and remembering of how we once were as humans on earth. Very, very, very magical and openly psychic beings. And this isn't just for special people or chosen ones. No, no, no. This is mass consciousness. Humanity as a whole will start remembering and activating. So this is a month of mass awakening. So exciting. And then we come up, wow, what a surprise, another 9, another very, very deep, magical number of transformation, death, endings, beginnings, but it comes along with the wisdom of the divine feminine. And it's really interesting because this whole reading from the start to finish is an invitation for us all to tap into the wisdom of the divine feminine so that we can finally embody it. Because when we as a collective, individually first, but as a collective, when we are embodied in the wisdom of the divine feminine, this insidious, toxic, narcissistic, patriarchal rule will have no weight any longer. Wow, that's so beautiful. And then in the middle, 23, we have initiation by water. Traveling back into the womb of creation, traveling back into the depths of meaning and remembrance, why we are here, where we came from, remembering the truth of it all from the womb of wisdom, the earth wisdom, the cosmic wisdom, wisdom beyond human perception, initiation by water. And I feel this is going to be collective connection to water wisdom and going into the depths of the winter months. I'm also very aware that there may be people watching this who are on the other hemisphere where you'll be entering into the summer, but this can also mean initiation by water in completely different ways to us, okay? Remember, water is there all year round. Water in the summer season can also be very cleansing, flowing, releasing. But water holds ancient codes and frequencies of remembrance that can support us in gaining that deeper level of spiritual understanding that is not what we're told to believe by spiritual leaders or by social media. It is what we discover on this own deep ancestral journey back into our own wombs. And if you're a man, that is a hara. Doesn't matter how you identify, we each have an energetic womb, or it could be called an astral womb, which is a creative source within us, which connects us to the womb of the earth. It connects us to the great cosmic womb, the creator of all. We are being called back to remember. Wow. Okay. Some powerful cards here. I'm going to shift them over. And then I'm going to call for 3 more cards, please. So we're going to call upon an angel message. And this is the Angel Therapy deck by Doreen Virtue. Please, can we have one message from the angels that is going to support this collective reading for this lunar cycle from today, under the light of the full moon, and for the next 28 days. One card, please. That could be clearing, healing, guidance, activation, that is in service of supporting this cycle and this journey of this reading. Thank you. Just one card. Message from the angelic realms, from the angels. Okay, look, it's literally jumping out. So that one, I'm going to pull all the cards first. And then we have the Moonology Oracle cards by Yasmin Boland. Please, can we have a message from Luna? Luna energy. What is the message to support this reading, this full moon reading? To support this journey, healing, clearing, activation, or just a clear message of guidance. One card, please, to support this reading that is in service of the highest good of the collective. Thank you so much. Is it this one? Yes, thank you. And then finally, as I mentioned, I was really drawn to light, messages of the light for this reading, which is fascinating because there's a lot of deaths, endings, new beginnings, mutation, alchemy, transformation, transmissions. So there is a lot of darkness and death. So perhaps that is why we're being called. I'm being called towards the light. So this is Work Your Light by Rebecca Campbell. I haven't actually used this deck. This was like one of the first oracle decks I ever got years and years ago, and I felt disconnected from it a while, and it's really been calling me back to the energy recently. So please, can we have one card from the Work Your Light Oracle deck by Rebecca Campbell? One card, please, that is going to support the collective and support this reading, this journey of this 28-day lunar cycle under this new moon, which can be healing, clearing, activation, guidance, upgrades, or messages that are in service of the highest good, and all those who see this reading. Okay, that's 2 cards. Just one card, please. I know that you love giving me and giving Everyone who watches me, lots of messages. Okay, thank you. So let's see what the angels are saying. Sacral chakra. What a surprise. So as I mentioned, initiation by water. This is supporting the central card of the deck. It is supporting the destination of this journey of transformation and transmutation. The sacral chakra is what I was talking about. The energetic womb that each being has. Sacral chakra. And this is a sign of healing and how you can support yourself in connecting deeply and following this path. You are highly sensitive to chemicals, additives, and processed foods and energies right now. Respect your sensitivities by avoiding harsh items, situations, and relationships. So really take care of yourself and what you're consuming. We are very emotional beings, and that is what the waters of our womb, of our sacral center, of our hara holds onto. It controls the flow of the waters, and also that's what connects us to the moon as well. So take care of yourself by being mindful of what you're eating, what you're consuming, who you're spending time around. If you really want to support, the initiation by water, eat lots of hydrating foods, living foods, fruits and vegetables with seeds, coconut water. Rehydrate yourself. This is what this message is saying to you. You can actually physically help yourself connect. Okay, thank you. Next, we have the message from the moon. Message from the moon. Perhaps this is for someone personal. Interesting again. So the moon image is a full moon in Cancer. Very watery. Cancer is a water sign. Full moon, again, initiation by water. This is a very specific message. A personal issue reaches resolution. Again, very relationship based. I saw someone say the other day, at the moment we are in a toxic codependent relationship with our government, and it made me laugh. It's so true. But that could be a reflection of the relationships that we each have with ourselves. How can we change our relationships, starting with the relationship that we have with ourselves? That is a question that I ask myself over and over and over again. A personal issue reaches resolution. So this is great. This is a positive sign. Finally, messages from the Work Your Light Oracle. Wow. Okay. I have actually, and I mean this in all honesty, never seen this card before. Wow. And look, the blue colours. Again, it's this watery energy. Very throat chakra as well, though. Yes, this is the colour of the ocean, but this is also very throat chakra. So this card, align your life. What is not aligned and needs to change? Mutation and transformation. You have to choose. You are in charge of your life and your relationships, but you have to be the one that takes that first step, that initiatory step of saying, okay, I'm going to be really honest with myself. This is not working. This is what needs to change in order for me to transform and literally shape shift, take flight, become free and sovereign, and then cross that ascension rainbow bridge into the life of your dreams. And that can mean something completely different for each and every individual who watches this today. Wow. Well, thank you so much for watching this. Please let me know in the comments your experience of this reading. If you've had any dreams or premonitions that connect you to this reading, and if it relates, let me know any experiences that you're having over this full moon. I would love for you to share. Any connections to water, transformation, what you feel is ending in your life. Let me know. I would absolutely love to hear about it. I do offer one-to-one oracle readings with a completely mixture of different oracle decks. So if you would like to book that, you can go to mystichearts.org/online services, and you'll be able to book in an oracle reading, which can either be live or recorded. It will be amazing to do these for you. It can be a general reading. You can come with a very specific problem or question. It is totally intuitively guided and totally tailored to suit whatever it is that your soul and your heart is seeking. And just to remind you, on the 30th of October this month, I am hosting a 2-hour masterclass called Awaken the Witch Within, to help you to understand more deeply the origin of the witch and understanding of the witch wound and how deeply ingrained it is into humanity, and how you can take your power back and start to understand what being a witch, or what a witch or a magic person means to you, and how you can start calling your power back and recognize and activate your divine gifts and superpowers now in this lifetime, and start living your main character energy and be your best self. I will drop the link in the comments. It will be so amazing to have you there. And I also have a new one-to-one service called Witch Activation, which is super powerful. And it will be an honor to share this with you. Let me know how I can support you. If you ever have any questions that you want me to answer, leave it all in the comments. I read all of your comments with so much joy and love and gratitude in my heart. Full moon blessings, sending you so much love.